which gets me to the point of aerospace is not just a theory-based we're not expecting students coming in with just theory punya knowledge. You can't just be good in welding or machining, whatever it is. You have to be good, but we want people that can handle themselves at
the par,
at the level that you're dealing with international players, not just Rolls-Royce. How about the suppliers that supply to us? In terms of salary in Malaysia, UMW Aerospace, and I can speak on behalf of UMW Aerospace, in terms of salaries in UMW Aerospace, I think we're competitive.
Yeah.
Maybe we are better paymasters, I think, as compared to some of our peers. But is it all about salaries?
Region 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9, that's right.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Terima kasih sekali lagi anda bersama dengan saya. Di mana tu? Di Chitchat Aviation, Kerja, Think Aviation, Think We Are Tech. Untuk anda semua, terima kasih yang mana masih bersama dengan kami. Dan untuk saya memberitahu kepada anda, hari ini sebenarnya sangat-sangat istimewa kerana episod ini kita proudly presented by the Selangor Darul Ehsan Aerospace Industry Coordination Office or S-DAICO, iaitu division under Invest Selangor Berhad that responsibility on coordinating, implementing, managing, monitoring and also promoting the development of aerospace industry state of Selangor. Jadi itu yang kami sangat banggakan. Untuk anda semua memang kena stay untuk podcast kali ini, kerana sama-sama kita nak explore macam mana sebenarnya Selangor ni dia terus menerus menguatkan lagi position dia sebagai mengetuai untuk Malaysian Leading Aerospace Hub, dan juga macam mana inisiatif-inisiatif daripada S-DAICO untuk aviation carrier Malaysia bersama-sama mencapai dan memberikan impact yang besar. Boleh tunggu kan? Kenapa hari ini memang sangat-sangat istimewa. Kita bersama dengan MD, Managing Director untuk UMW Aerospace, Tuan Faris bersama dengan saya. Apa khabar? How are you?
Alhamdulillah, khabar.
You look great anyway. The first time I meet you and the second time you look really, really great. Tapi of course I will be honored to be sit next to you. Terima kasih untuk kita punya podcast hari ini. Memang normally we talk about people dan jumpa experience student, graduate, panel expert yang ada dekat sini. Dan today bersama-sama dengan Tuan Faris, thank you so much to being here, and then we will try to get lots of input from you. And I understand will be like people semua macam, wah ni tu MD cakap ni kan. Baik, but for opening, kata orang tak kenal maka tak cinta. Why not let us know a little bit more about you, Tuan Faris. Mungkin boleh asal mana and how the start, and also you can talk about the UMW Aerospace. You go.
Right. Well, I mean, first and foremost, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this podcast. Yes, as you mentioned just now, I am the Managing Director of UMW Aerospace. This UMW Aerospace is a subsidiary of SIME UMW, now SIME UMW. So I was previously with SIME Dhabi Group. And was in charge of corporate finance. After the acquisition of UMW, I moved across to UMW. Apart from doing corporate finance deals, there was also the issue of aerospace and where does aerospace fit in within the SIME Dhabi Group. As everybody knows, I think SIME Dhabi is
very huge,
huge and specific to the
Yes, automotive.
auto industry,
Yeah.
and kita punya industrial industry lah, which is the Caterpillar Group kan. So aerospace pula is, so where does aerospace sort of fit into all of this? Aerospace, well, it's part of a much larger national agenda. Now, this is something that we would like to definitely grow further, and be part of this national sort of push for a making Malaysia the center for Southeast Asia for aerospace. What does UMW Aerospace do? We basically are a tier 1 supplier to Rolls-Royce. Now, that we say that, but the gravity of that statement is something much larger than what you initially sort of hear. So we produce fan cases for the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 and the Rolls-Royce Trent 7000 engines. And the Trent 7000 engine fan cases goes into the engines exclusively for the Airbus A330. The Airbus A330, basically all Airbus A330 Neos all take the Trent 7000 engines. So Malaysia Airlines,
the newest,
they just acquired 20 and ordered another 20. What do you call it? The
aircraft,
the
the
Airbus A330 Neo. So when you fly to Melbourne, to Australia, and you're flying MAS using the A330 Neo, you can be proud to know that fan case inside that engine that's on the wings is from a 100% Malaysian homegrown company.
Made in Malaysia.
Made in Malaysia, So this is something really quite unique.
Yeah.
So not only are we a 100% Malaysian company, we also have developed other other suppliers, other Malaysian suppliers to us. So growing and developing an ecosystem around us as well. So it's not just about UMW, but it's also about other Malaysian companies that we would also like to showcase. As we developed. Again, it's in the space of 10 years, we have developed something. We have shown that Malaysians, these are Malaysian talent here, that we're talking about, and that we can compete on a global stage. Really Malaysia boleh, to use the famous saying, really Malaysia boleh. We have the talent, and we need to not just rest on our laurels. We need to actually grow further and expand the aerospace industry, and expand along the value chain.
I will really be honored to hear all of that, because to take away the name of Malaysia, to take away the brand that aircraft are for the Airbus, and definitely to achieve that, we need a very talented people. But like as you said, Malaysia boleh. But of course, that we prove that Malaysia memang ada, we have the good knowledge, the brilliant people, the genius people in Malaysia to work with. So before we go more further, if I may, I bring a little bit near to the audience a little bit, right? To achieve that, is it for the talent pool, you say? Is it have a good supply? Yeah, because we be proud of a made in Malaysia. But the talent made in Malaysia, is it any industrial gap between that? I mean, is it hard to find a good people to work in aerospace?
No, there's definitely what they call the aviation what's the word I'm looking for? The aviation industry gap.
Yeah.
So the aviation industry gap basically refers to what the industry requires and what academia is currently producing. Sorry. So in terms of, to me, there's a shortage. First and foremost, there's a shortage.
Yeah.
I feel, a lot of students, I should say maybe a lot of parents, they influence their children to go towards the traditional, what I call the traditional routes of
the mainstream
sort of education, career
education,
path. That's right. Banking lah, lawyer lah, doctor lah, what have you.
Architect.
No one thinks, aeronautical engineer or welding expert or software programmer for machining to machines, welding tools. No one thinks about that. So first of all, I think there needs to be a push, a drive, be it via government incentives or academia or even the industry. Players like UMW Aerospace, we need to go out there and tell students that there is a career path that you can choose beyond the normal mainstream sort of education career path, whatever it is. It should come from everyone, not just from industry, but also from academia as well as from the government, to push and to make it exciting. And know that beyond the normal mainstream education system, career paths, that there is one in aerospace.
And of course, the name of aerospace is so huge. Like myself, involved with aviation, it's very hard to let people to understand. I believe, if I'm wrong, just correct me. If you go outside, if you're telling, where you come from? I'm working in the aerospace industry. Everybody will be the eyeball. Like, what? Aerospace? Is it a career? Is it Okay, we would like to talk more about it, but we need to take a break for a while. So pastinya untuk anda sampai ni, khabar ada soalan ke, ada apa yang kami bincang rasa macam wah, interesting, because ini adalah orang kata is something like perjuangan yang takkan selesai. To let all of you, the mother, ayah, auntie, nenek, untuk bagi tahu actually it is a career. Di aerospace, di aviation, itu adalah kerjaya yang sama taraf dia dengan sama ada you nak jadi lawyer, nak jadi architect, because you can work with all these company. Kita akan cakap banyak lagi dengan Tuan Faris daripada UMW Aerospace, tapi kita akan berhenti rehat seketika. Tulis je dulu apa korang nak tulis. Jangan lupa untuk follow kami untuk dapat maklumat lanjut lagi mengenai macam mana terus nak jadikan kerjayaan dalam dunia aviation. Anda boleh terus ke www.yegmy.com dan pastikan anda hantarkan sesuatu, berikan soalan, ataupun dekat sekarang ni pun korang boleh tulis terus dan boleh kongsi podcast ini dengan sesiapa saja yang baru nak kenal ataupun rasa macam tak yakin dari industri ni. Hari ni kita dapat orang yang betul untuk sembang. Kita akan berehat seketika. Kejap lagi jumpa anda balik.
Cukup ke syarat SPM anda untuk sambung belajar dalam bidang penerbangan? Ini syarat mudah untuk strategi Diploma MQA di Aviation Carrier Malaysia. Yang pertama adalah lulus SPM. Yang kedua, bagi Diploma in Aircraft Maintenance Technology dan juga Diploma in Air Sheet Metal Repair Technology, anda perlu kredit dalam matematik dan satu lagi kredit mata pelajaran teknikal serta lulus dalam bahasa Inggeris. Bagi Diploma in Air Cargo Management dan Diploma in Airport Operation Management, hanya lulus SPM sudah memadai. Jangan lepaskan peluang ini, klik link di bio untuk mendaftar. Kickstart your career with Aviation Carrier Malaysia.
Masih lagi bersama dengan Chitchat Aviation, Kerja, Aviation, Miatek. Untuk anda semua, terima kasih banyak kerana masih lagi bersama dengan kami. Seperti biasa, saya bagi tahu pada anda, ada je sebarang soalan, dah tak sabar nak dengar untuk blok yang kedua ni, letak dulu dekat komen pun boleh, ataupun terus hubungi kami, ataupun terus berminat macam mana nak tahu maklumat lanjut mengenai akademik-akademik yang ada, kursus-kursus yang ada, boleh terus ke www.yegmy.com untuk anda dapatkan maklumat-maklumat yang terkini. Baik, now we need to move on to the block 2. Bersama dengan Tuan Faris dekat sini. Baik, however it is, when we talk about the first block just now, we talk about how huge the name of aviation and also aerospace. And of course the brand, the Airbus, everybody was scared, everybody tak nampak the future itself, lagi tak tahu lagi how is it the model goes by. Ataupun ada juga yang like my family, my brothers, my nephew, yang tak tahu, tapi bila mereka dah sampai after they finish their degree, actually I minat lah nak masuk bidang aviation ni, engineer ni, daripada dia ambil mechanical engineering yang biasa, now dia nak move on. Never too late, right?
No.
Yep. Tapi apa-apa pun nak bagi tahu sekarang, pembelajaran, the academic limitation and also the industry itself, from the managing director point of view, how do you feel it? Is it still some what we called it too much? They are empathize for the theory, or should be more practical? And how you see it, the institutions of academic now?
Yeah. I know that's a very good question. I think going back to what we were talking about just now, which with regards to the aviation punya gap in terms of developing talent.
Betul.
One is the shortage, and the other part that I didn't get to just now was the type of talent that comes through kita punya education system. A lot of it is theory.
Yeah.
They do have access to labs, workshops, or whatever it is, but it really depends on which institution you go to, because it takes a lot of
Expensive.
It's expensive.
It's an expensive career.
But I believe this is something that that the Selangor government is looking at in terms of maybe a sort of a shared lab amongst industry players. They also have I believe they're looking at subsidies for SMEs to take on internships and take on students. So, which gets me to the point of aerospace is not just a theory-based we're not expecting students coming in with just theory punya knowledge. We also need them to have more hands-on. Yes, universities provide internships program, but even our collaborations with universities, it's anywhere between 3 months to 6 months sort of in
Is it enough?
It's not enough. It's definitely not enough. If you look at what they have in Europe, they have this dual training system, which is literally 50-50 in terms of how much time you spend in classes in university and how much time you spend in industry internship. It's equul.
It should be equal.
It should be equal. And at the moment, it's one of the universities that we work with, for example, they have a 4-year course. 3 years is in classes, and then 1 year for internship.
It's
not enough.
It's not enough.
We UMW Aerospace, we do partner. We do take in we do take in students for internship, but we even with that, when we do get fresh students coming to us later on, we provide training. We do provide extra training. We monitor closely. We manage the fresh students, give them maybe less complex tasks, build up their own competency and their own
confidence.
Then only, but that takes time, that takes money. And this is what Malaysia will lose out on, that competitiveness to move fast. If we're spending more of our time and resources towards training, how are we expanding and growing to become the leader in this part of the world? So that and there's not enough companies out there doing this as well. I'm not saying that UMW Aerospace is the best, whatever it is. It is. But, we do need more support, more other companies to step up as well. And this is something that is being addressed. It's not that we don't know what the issues are. But it will just take time. And I believe that Malaysia will get there with regards to meeting our targets by, I believe the target is by 2035. I think it's the
another next 10 years.
Another 10 years to reach those government targets that has been set. But it will take a collaboration between all three parties, not just academia, not just industry, but also government.
Yes, everyone should work hand to hand to make things happen. But I really impressed and also want to take note that you said just now UMW Aerospace also provide the training for those. You still take it as a support, and then also you believe on Malaysia talent that have over here. But at the same time, if I bring up is something like, is it why actually, if people come and ask you why actually it should be more than 6 months, is it any justification on that? Or because what I every day my job is try to let other people to understand that in aviation, if you work as a engineer, for example, or oil and gas, anything happen is between you and the company. But in aerospace or aviation, if anything doing wrong, you actually involve of 182 passenger, or you will involve with 350 passenger. So this is another people will menjadi korban because of your lack of thing you want to do, right? It's very huge responsibility. But if people ask you why it should be more, what will be your answer?
I think you've hit it on the nail there, in terms of the industry. It's not insular. The smallest of mistakes that you make at the factory can cause lives. We're talking about, this is a worldwide sort of impact, not just to the company, not just to Malaysia, but a whole wide.
Who will using that aircraft?
Using that aircraft? So aerospace is very much a complex, involving complex, what do you call it?
Ecosystem.
A complex ecosystem, high precision, everything. When it comes to accuracy, we're not talking about centimeters. We're talking about microns. Sometimes to grain. For example, when we make fan cases, we have 3 rings that we have to weld together. Now, you can imagine, that when you are welding 3 rings, the flatness, them being all aligned and welding them
precisely
has to be
precise,
absolutely precise. So it's not enough to know the theory. It's it's actually to provide that experience. And sometimes UMW Aerospace even goes beyond just taking in internships, providing them internship. We also give our staff further accreditation. We give them training and whatever training that they get and experience that they get, we actually work hand in hand with the MPC, which is the Malaysian Productivity Corporation, I believe, where we give them an accreditation for that experience, for that.
You certify that training.
That's right. And give them further
career boost and also confident in the line, and also to get other people. That was interesting. And then I think because of the technology itself, we will involve, maybe today you doing the Airbus 380, but maybe next month you start doing Airbus 432. The technology itself, suddenly new material coming in, new cutting edge machine.
Exactly.
That one will be involved.
So for us, we can sort of change. We can pivot and provide training to the students, or fresh grads, whatever. But universities, they can't sort of keep up. I wouldn't say they're slow. I think they've just have natural sort of limitations with regards to
adapt with the technology,
to adapt to change, and those natural limitations is not simply, it's not simple to just change the curriculum. There's the accreditation
verified by so and so.
That's right. Budgets, lecturers as well. They need
the knowledge of lecturers.
The lecturers need to also knowledge, as you said, knowledge of the lecturers, and also need to anticipate.
And experience also.
That's right. So that's why there's very much a need to. For academia and industry players to get together, and the government assisting and facilitating this, as what you said right from the start. Which is what the Selangor State government is doing. It's facilitating this, and I think we're there. We've got the formula, but it's just more of developing further. And hopefully we will.
I think it's very good that we have this conversation, because I think just like what I learned in my primary school also, those days in secondary only I learned about algebra, the cone, the isi padu and etc. But now look at it, as my nephew, everything is standard one. Already learn about that. I think for the aerospace and aviation also, the academic institution also need to follow that. You need to go down and to be updated with the industry itself. Sure. Okay, we will take a break. We go to the block 3. But this time at the block 3, of course, I will ask you what your advice, what a good pathway. If you imagine I'm only about to finish my SPM, what will be a good advice for you if I want to enter UMW Aerospace? What path I should take, and what kind of quality of the human being that I should be before I enter UMW Aerospace? So all of that akan dapat jawapan dia bila kita kembali selepas ini. Apa-apa untuk anda semua, jangan lupa dapat maklumat lanjut di www.yegmy.com, dan pastikan anda tinggalkan sebarang pesanan, pertanyaan dan sebagainya. Kenapa? Ada je orang nak jawab nanti. Ingat, ini adalah apa? Chitchat Aviation Career, Think Aviation, Think Attack. Kembali selepas ini.
Cukup ke syarat SPM anda untuk sambung belajar dalam bidang penerbangan? Ini syarat mudah untuk sertai Diploma MQA di Aviation Carrier Malaysia. Yang pertama adalah lulus SPM. Yang kedua, bagi Diploma in Aircraft Maintenance Technology dan juga Diploma in Air Sheet Metal Repair Technology, anda perlu kredit dalam matematik dan satu lagi kredit mata pelajaran teknikal serta lulus dalam bahasa Inggeris. Bagi Diploma in Air Cargo Management dan Diploma in Airport Operation Management, hanya lulus SPM sudah memadai. Jangan lepaskan peluang ini, klik link di bio untuk mendaftar. Kickstart your career with Aviation Carrier Malaysia.
Masih lagi bersama dengan Cecah Aviation Career, Think Aviation, Think Attack. Untuk anda semua ada apa-apa maklumat nak tahu lebih banyak, jangan lupa untuk anda ke www.yegmy.com untuk anda dapatkan maklumat lanjut. Kita masih lagi bersama dengan Tuan Faris. Untuk kali ini, tadi kita tinggalkan soalan kat dia, whereby apa nasihat ataupun apa career path yang sebaik-baiknya. Mana tahu adik-adik form 4 tengah tengok kita punya podcast, ada mak tengok anak, masuklah aerospace. Bila tengok Tuan Faris kat sebelah ni kan, kenapa tak masuk aerospace? Because it's a gap over there. Dan juga kita nak dengar lah daripada Tuan Faris sendiri, what actually a good, recommended lah, bukan not right, not wrong, but if you see this to start, baru nak habis SPM, and then what should I do after this to one day I enter UMW Aerospace?
Thank you. Thank you for lumping me with that and giving advice to students. I'm not sure whether I'm the best person to give advice. Parents, don't call me afterwards. But I think we've touched upon it before, in earlier part of this podcast, with regards to aerospace and what is required from the students. One of the things that we mentioned was the practical and vocational sort of experience. Now, it's not enough to just know the theory. You need to be to have a very hands-on sort of approach. So if you are more of a classroom theory
type of student,
then perhaps another career path should be chosen, not aerospace.
But they're always welcome to work in UMW as a HR, accountant.
That's right.
Of course. We still need them.
Of course, absolutely.
Okay, continue, sir.
But if you are looking at aerospace as a career path, look at what is available in terms of which universities that you should go to, or any sort of educational institutions. Find out what they offer. Is it just classroom sort of offering, or do they offer internship? I believe one of the universities that we work with, like I mentioned just now, it's a 4-year course, 3 years in classrooms and labs and workshops. But the 1 year they have a 1 year internship. Not enough, but it's a start. It's a start. So look at what the university can offer you, and what is, do they have tie-ups? One tie-up is obviously UMW Aerospace,
yes.
But there are other companies out there that work together with with the universities and other educational institutions. So see what tie-ups they have, so that you know that at the end of your education, once you graduate with your diploma or degree or whatever it is that you graduate in, there is a pathway to get into a company. There is a job, that there's there for you.
To be a part of the UMW Aerospace, one of the best, not among the best in the world.
The best.
Best.
Of course, I'll say the best, but I might be biased.
Yeah, it should be. How about the soft skill? Is it anything? It should be any particular soft skill that you're looking at? If like myself, as a cabin crew, we want to see people with the high consideration, empathize, and everything. How about the engineering part, the aerospace part? Is it any soft skill that you are looking at as a human being?
Absolutely. We have to deal with Rolls-Royce. Obviously, being a tier 1 supplier to Rolls-Royce, we have a lot of meetings with operational people in Rolls-Royce, right up to at my level. I'm dealing with more on the commercial side of things with Rolls-Royce. So you can't just be good in welding or machining, whatever it is. You have to be good, but we want people that can handle themselves at
the par,
at the level that you're dealing with international players. Not just Rolls-Royce. How about the suppliers that supply to us? So Rolls-Royce will ask us. They will ask us to use certain suppliers it's a very highly regulated industry. As you mentioned just now, in terms of it's not just we are affected; it's a global impact.
Yep.
So it's a highly regulated industry, and you need to be able to speak and negotiate and learn from international companies. So you can't just be insular and just sort of
good in one, two thing, and then be comfortable with it.
That's right. In fact, at UMW Aerospace, if you are we actually identify maybe like a handful of our staff and train them not just at what they are good at, but other things. If we feel that they have that
certain quality,
quality that we can actually that we can actually train, and so that they will have multiple
skills and leverage them.
That's right. For the other day, you had my colleague Lokman, our head of plant, for example. Head of plant, he has to wear multiple hats. So previously he was head of engineering, but it's not. But with now that he's head of plant, he's not only head of engineering. He not only looks at the technical part,
yes.
He also has to deal with the business and commercial aspects of the business, and he also needs to know all the different parts of the company. From supply chain,
the in and out of the plant itself.
Of the plant itself. So it's not just the technical stuff. You need to know. You need to be able to sort of have an open mind and be able to sort of take in other skills. That you can expand. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Is it? We're talking about Mr. Lokman that starting with aerospace, now become somebody with bigger responsibility and the career path over there. But if I ask you, is it whenever you have a certification of aerospace, right? Working with UMW, can they go to spread their wing to Abu Dhabi, spread their wing to Egypt, spread their wing to? Is it huge aerospace industry to become the career of my life?
Yes, absolutely. But obviously, we don't want our talent to leave Malaysia. But in reality, actually, a lot of our talent, a lot of our engineers end up in other countries. Singapore is a good example, which is nearby, and Middle East. They end up there. Why should we be losing our talent? The key here for me, I think, is to ensure that our talent stays in Malaysia. Again, UMW the industry is doing their part, where they have to step up and actually provide that training when fresh students come. It takes time, it takes money, but it has to be done. And it's not just like I said, it's not just industry that's doing this. Academia is changing. They are providing more vocational sort of training. And then, of course, the government again needs to step in to provide and facilitate this. So why should we lose our talent?
But they still can go abroad if they want.
They can.
Everybody have a dream. There's a lot.
I was in Dubai for 6 years.
Wow. See, but you come back.
But to me, this is home. 100%. This is my home. This is where my family is. This is where my friends. are.
Because nevertheless, people will ask like, is it good career? Can I go? Even though they don't have any opportunity to go outside, they still want to stay in Malaysia. But they want to see the career itself, the title itself can go abroad. But totally, of course, guys.
So at the moment, I think the choice is very strong to choose overseas. I didn't want to bring it up, but somebody else brought it up. So again, this is up to us industry, academia, government to make sure that our talent doesn't leave Malaysia. We need to provide that support to our graduates to stay.
We're going to break to block 4, but I know my question is not on this. I'm really sorry, but I have a instinct just to ask you, because might be one of our audience will ask Masam, is it a good money when I become an engineer of aerospace rather than engineer at somewhere else? Is it good salary? Is it? Yeah, if some of the students say, but you guys can Google in Malaysia, something, the range. But if your family say that, is it good, uncle, to I start working with aerospace?
Nak jawab sekarang ke?
Okay, kita tunggu lepas ini kita bagi. But anyway, in aviation, lepas ni saya jawab juga untuk korang semua. Terima kasih. Kita akan berhenti seketika. Block 4 kita akan tahu macam mana, dah interested kan nak sambung belajar, because this is a good, and then ini adalah perjuangan kami kesemua dalam dunia aviation dan juga aerospace untuk membuka mata setiap anda yang menonton, untuk anda memberikan bahawa ini bukan saja kejayaan, ini adalah satu lifestyle yang mana kejayaan ini memberikan anda yang terbaik dan juga masa depan yang lebih cerah. Okey, kembali lepas ni.
Belajar sambil dapat allowance. Nak tahu macam mana? Ikuti video ni sampai habis. Di Aviation Career Malaysia, setiap pelajar akan menerima allowance daripada RM400 hingga RM600 setiap bulan. Tak cukup dengan itu, anda akan disediakan asrama bersubsidi yang boleh menjimatkan kos seharian anda. Jadi sambil belajar, korang tak payah risau pasal kos sara diri. Berminat untuk tahu lebih lanjut? Komen nak sekarang.
Anggaran gaji yang kita orang dapat dalam 2,000 ke 2,500. Saya Dayang Maisara Masnila Izzati binti Abang Saifulizan. Saya berumur 22 tahun. Saya berasal daripada Kuching, Sarawak, dan saya mempunyai diploma pendidikan awal kanak-kanak di Universiti Management and Science University, dan saya pernah bekerja sebagai seorang guru tadika di salah sebuah tadika di Kuching, iaitu Smart Reader Kids. Saya telah menjumpai iklan tu ketika saya scroll Instagram, dan saya isi form, dan terus mereka menawarkan saya untuk interview di salah sebuah hotel di Kuching, dan alhamdulillah saya telah diluluskan dan sekarang saya berada di Miatek. Sekarang job saya sebagai Passenger Service Officer dekat Post Aviation. Anggaran gaji yang kita orang dapat dalam 2,000 ke 2,500. Instruktor yang mengajar kita orang dekat kelas tu, dia orang mempunyai pengalaman yang bertahun-tahun, bukan orang biasa-biasa, dan mereka sangat profesional. Kita orang juga didedahkan dengan cara yang profesional seperti dalam airline tu juga. Saya berharap saya dapat mengubah masa depan saya dan saya dapat menyumbang tenaga saya dekat company tu, yang saya akan bekerja suatu hari nanti dengan lebih banyak dan menguntungkan company tu. Saya menggalakkan orang luar untuk menyertai program ini sekiranya yang minat dengan bidang aviation, sebab di sini merupakan langkah pertama ataupun platform terbaik untuk memulakan langkah dalam bidang aviation. Think aviation, think Miatek.
Masih lagi bersama dengan kami, dah sampai ke penghujungnya untuk Chitchat Aviation Career Malaysia ini. Think Aviation, Think Miatek untuk anda semua. Seperti biasa, saya nasihatkan anda sebelum kita nak habiskan podcast ni, tonton sampai habis kerana kita banyak sangat, seronok sangat sembang dengan Tuan Faris ni. Dan juga untuk anda semua, untuk maklumat lanjut boleh pergi ke www.yegmy.com untuk dapatkan pelbagai maklumat mengenai apa yang kami tawarkan kepada anda. Sebarang maklum balas atau pertanyaan, boleh je terus bersama kami di sosial media ke kat sekarang ni pun korang subscribe juga. Baik, kita nak sambung balik dengan Tuan Farid. Kita dah sampai ke penghujungnya pun. almost dah nak habis dah ni. You are landing already. We are almost to the terminal already. So untuk Tuan Faris tadi saya ada tanya soalan, is it bagus ke gaji dia anak saya ni kan? Kan Wan pakcik datang kan nak masuk dekat aerospace kan. Elok ke gaji dia, nanti dia boleh bagi ke kat kampung ni? How you will answer that?
No, I think again, thank you for that question.
I'm so sorry.
No, I think in terms of salary in Malaysia, UMW Aerospace, and I can speak on behalf of UMW Aerospace lah. In terms of salaries in UMW Aerospace, I think we're competitive.
Yeah.
Maybe we are better paymasters, I think, as compared to some of our peers. But is it all about salaries? Is it more? If that is your
main motive,
that is your main motive, just salary alone, I would say maybe there are other.
You are not the quality of team that I'm looking at.
Ultimately, everyone is motivated with money. Like people who say that they're not motivated with money, I think they're lying. But saying that beyond salaries, there are other things that you need to consider. Your health, your family life. There's a lot to consider. I think when I mentioned just now to you earlier was with regards to my time in Dubai. I was in Dubai for 6 years, and also again in aviation sphere, where we were developing the aviation district, of the new airport in Dubai, the Al Maktoum International Airport. Of course, the salary was, you can't compete with the Middle East. We can't compete with the Middle East. We can't compete with even Singapore.
Yeah,
but
I think because the currency, of course, one of the
is one
factor.
But I think in terms of quantum, memang it's a lot. In terms of tax, there's no tax in the Middle East. Singapore, I think their tax rates are much lower. But the cost of living, the cost of living is high in these countries. For me anyway, my main motivation was being with my family. I had to leave my family for 6 years. Just only seeing them once in a while for holidays and what have you. Tak cukup. Maybe if I was single and very young and going straight to Dubai, maybe tak balik kot lah. But at the tender age of 44, when I went there, my main motivation was to come back.
To come back.
Because ultimately Malaysia is home.
Yeah.
This is where we all want to be.
Yeah. And then on that moment lah baru datang the pepatah hujan batu di negeri hujan emas di negeri orang, and then we can relate on that. But to give all of you apa itu kepenuhan salary itu, of course the Kerjaya is still the Kerjaya, very very good to you start with, to you dream of, untuk bagi anak-anak you ada dream untuk sama ada engineer ke, nak jadi reka bentuk aerospace, design engineer, you mean untuk pembuatan aerospace. Is lots of courses that you can find to suit in aerospace ni, yang specifically goes to the aerospace. Baik, itu tadi kita cakap pasal untuk salary, untuk bagi gambaran besar sikit kepada anak-anak muda kita. But now we are in segment 4. Sekarang ni saya nak tanya macam mana pula sekarang ni, what do you feel like macam for the next 3 or 2035 for the UMW Aerospace? What do you can see? What do you hope, or anything from you itself, if not from the UMW Aerospace, but you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean currently UMW Aerospace, we only manufacture the fan cases for Rolls-Royce. there's definitely plans to grow the business further, not just having Rolls-Royce, but perhaps look at other clients, maybe look at along the value chain, the aerospace supply chain, in terms of maybe providing, maybe going into the MRO business, perhaps, but these are all
the wish list.
The wish list. At the moment, we are very much focused on making sure that we deliver to Rolls-Royce. And so far in this last 10 years, we've been winning awards from Rolls-Royce, and we are, for the last 5 consecutive years, we've also been awarded with the high performing supplier group, meaning we are in Rolls-Royce punya 5%, top 5% supplier, performing supplier for them. Not a great, not a feat that is just easily done. So this is something that we can be proud of. The other thing with the fan case ni kan, there is the front part of it and there's the rear part of it. This fan case ni is not the cowling. What you see is the cowling. But this is inside, and this is a titanium case that in case there's any catastrophic sort of failure inside the engine, it's all contained within this titanium fan case.
So
just imagine how critical this part is. And the rear case ni was before manufactured in US, and the US, the part comes from the US. Today, I'm happy to announce that UMW Aerospace is actually manufacturing this rear case ourselves using technology called chemical milling. Not a new technology. But making this rear case, producing this rear case and utilizing this chemical milling at this scale is something that Malaysia can be proud of. So really, starting January next year, the entire fan case will be 100% Malaysia, from manufactured Malaysia.
That's chill me out.
So currently, this is what we're focused on. That's why we're not looking at expanding the business, but expanding the business is something that we will be looking into lah.
There are some. This is the most crucial component in the aircraft itself, the engine itself. Now we will be proud if we see that engine is made in Malaysia. And of course, I would like to say that I hope all the team really taking care of the standard, taking care of the trust of the eyes of the world looking at us by manufacturing this to stay in Malaysia.
Yes, exactly.
For the beyond next 5, 10 years or 100 years forward, or 200 years, because we should stay this, because if anything we cannot hold it, is something wrong with us, because this is made in Malaysia. Congratulations anyway, you announced here.
So I mean, again, like I said, it's we haven't gotten the final approval, formal approval from Rolls-Royce, but it's looking good.
Looking good.
So watch this space.
Watch the space. Watch the announcement.
There will be announcements being made. Hopefully,
because
by next year.
This is all because of the hard work, the hard work of your team.
That's right.
The knowledge, the genius, the people are working behind to make sure this standard are still in line and intact in Malaysia. Absolutely. We are almost about to end. So for you, if I will say, bolehlah sikit nanti you pandang kamera tu kan, apa you boleh katakan, mungkin as a father, mungkin as a brother, as a uncle, untuk student-student ni yang masih lagi takut, because we know Malaysia, we talking about aviation and aerospace, people macam apa tu, because diorang tak tahu banyak kan. So apa yang you boleh cakap dengan diorang yang meyakinkan mereka, or maybe the tips, or maybe anything you want to say to the future of MD for the next 50 years in the making, or 60 years in the making in the future?
I would say that what I would say to everyone listening to this podcast is what I've always said to my children. Do your absolute best, give it 100%, and most of all, be confident. We can do it. Us Malaysians can do it, and you look at UMW Aerospace. It's 100% Malaysian company. We had a few expats in the beginning, but that was in the developing the knowledge and getting to where we are today. But today we are 100% Malaysian company. We're talking about Malaysians that are producing a part that is a critical component of an aircraft. We're talking about Rolls-Royce. We're talking about Airbus. We're talking about the Trent 1000 fan cases that we do which goes on to the Boeing Dreamliner, for example. So again, this is and not only have we shown that we can compete on a global stage. We are the only ones, by the way, that doing these fan cases for Rolls-Royce. There's no other company in the world. If we stop producing these fan cases, there will be no fan cases for these two engines. So we are the only one exclusively given to Malaysian company. So not have we shown that we can do it, we are excelling in it, getting awards along the way. So the confidence, I think, is key. It's not just the theory part, as I mentioned just now. Have that confidence to be able to talk to not just amongst us other Malaysians, amongst your peers, but your peers in overseas. We can do it. The reason why there is a very good reason why a lot of Malaysian talent is in the Middle East, in Singapore, in other countries. They can see the value. So if you guys step up, we are there to support you. Government, UMW Aerospace, other companies, the industry, as well as academia.
Wow, I think I'll be so honoured. Saya sangat-sangat bertuah kerana bersama dengan Tuan Faris hari ini, kerana sangat-sangat banyak sangat maklumat daripada Tuan Faris sendiri yang memberikan kita rasa macam berbangga dengan jalur gemilang dan juga lagu negaraku yang setiap kali mereka berkumandang, dan setiap kali itu juga kita akan rasa itu antara sumbang-sumbangan kita. Habis-habis pun kita doa untuk industri ni kekal di Malaysia dan terus bersinar walau di mana sahaja kita berada. Malaysia tetap nombor 1. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Jadi untuk anda semua, jangan lupa ke www.yegmy.com untuk sebarang maklumat lanjut, dan juga ingat Think Aviation Team yang apa-apa pun Tuan Faris, thank you so much. Saya sangat terinspirasi dan saya tahu banyak ibu, ayah, kakak, pakcik bila dengar ni dia rasa macam okay, now we trust the aerospace and aviation industry in Malaysia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again, and hope you will be join a lot of podcasts or seminars to talk about it. You are very inspiring. Baik, untuk anda semua, terima kasih banyak-banyak Chitchat Aviation Career ini. Untuk anda semua, Think Aviation, Think Attack. Jumpa lagi.